Here we are now in week 2, and we're kind of starting what we're going to do. And this is a great opportunity to actually be in a situation that is very realistic, an industry situation that's probably going to happen to you all the time. So by now, by the time we have class on Tuesday, then all of you will have submitted to me your logo designs for the apprenticeship program. I will have submitted them to Melinda, and then it's out of our hands. The ball is in their court, so to speak. So what do? Do we sit around and take the rest of the week off and wait for Melinda to get back to us? No, that's not what we're going to do. So in a realistic agency situation, do you really think I was going to say yes? No. In a realistic agency situation, you do this all the time. You'll do this daily. You'll do this multiple times a day. You'll submit your proposal or your ideas or your designs, and then you put that project to the side and you start a new project. You start the next project. And then we're going to get going on this first project for this class. Well, what was originally the first project for this class, now it's the second project. And we're going to get started on it. And when Melinda gets back to us, then we're going to pause on this project and get back to the logos and whatever is applicable for us to do on that. I don't know if it's going to involve everybody or just a few of you, or if we're just going to start from scratch. That's another possibility if we just got it all wrong. But either way, this is a good exercise in learning how you really need to be able to shift gears, like I said, not only daily, but sometimes multiple times a day. And you have to start new projects, pause them, go back to an old project, work on that one, pause it, go back to the new project. And it's kind of a constant dance and shuffle of priorities and deadlines, and sometimes you're just making it look like this client is your top priority. Sometimes you just have to do that, especially if it's a big client like Toyota, So anyway, our logos, by the time you see this, hopefully our logos have been submitted to Melinda. Hopefully you've all turned the logos into me on time. Any late projects get an automatic 15% dock. So if you would have gotten 100 on your project, you will automatically get an 85. And that's not counting anything else that might be wrong with your assignment submission. So just get that out of the way. We did all the syllabus stuff last week. This new project is pretty exciting. So before I start talking about the new project, let's talk a little bit about time management and your internships. So I know this is going to be, fall semester is going to be very busy for you. You're going to need to use good time management. You're going to need to show up on time, be on time, submit work on time. I realize you guys have internships to go to. You also have projects due for this class. You have projects due for other classes. Internship is just another class. So it's not the only class. I realize that it is real industry work and it's great experience, but it really is just another class. So from my experience in dealing with this class, the number one most important thing for you to focus on is time management, prioritizing what you need to get done. All right, this is going to be a pretty intense class and exciting because you now have 3 potential portfolio pieces that are going to come from this class. This class has like some of my favorite projects. Of course, for the first one being your logo project, which is a live project. And if yours gets chosen, that's just a home run portfolio piece right there. And then the next project is your packaging system, which is what we're going to start on this week. We're going to kind of bounce all over the place a little bit this week, but we're going to get started on packaging. The second project, or the third, that'll be the third project, will be the infographic poster, which is a pretty awesome opportunity to really show off your design skills. And you can kind of go out there to the hallway and check out some of the ones from last year and get an idea what that's all about. So this semester we're going to be talking about CTA. Who knows what CTA is? All right. Call to action. Who knows what call to action is? We're also going to be talking about how to identify your audience, who you are selling to, who do you want to buy this product. We're also going to be talking about coming up with slogans. Slogans are some of the most important part of advertising, taglines, slogans, things like that, and also some of the most difficult things to create because they need to be simple, they need to be exciting, and they also need to be truthful. But sometimes slogans are what people identify your product with. Just do it for Nike. I'm loving it. McDonald's. There's a bunch of others. Whatever. Look them up. I think I've got some videos down there talking about slogans. Watch them. Watch all the videos down there. Click on all the links down there. And do your online virtual work before we get to lab. Okay, we're also going to be talking about the offer and tactics. Tactics versus strategy. Now, in this packaging product, the very first thing you're going to be doing is research. Then you're going to be moving on to concept, design, development. You're going to be looking at specs of materials, production. I really want you guys to research how packages are manufactured. Even though we're going to be making ours by hand, I want you to know how a long run, like a big run of packages or folded boxes is manufactured. Village Printing actually does quite a bit of this. Hopefully, maybe we can get Donald to show us when we go there later this year. We're also going to be talking about collateral material like hang tags, brochures, decals, things like that. And then everybody gets excited about the actual presentation, preparation for presentation. That's the fun part. So I do believe, seeing that you guys did pretty awesome job in just dipping your toes into Adobe Dimension, that I will expect you to be rendering this package in Adobe Dimension. It should actually make everybody's life a lot easier. So branding, call to action, package design. Okay. So for this project, you will not only, of course, you will be designing a brand and a logo and identity, but you'll also be designing a package, like a 3D package system. A package system, as you can see on the assignment sheet that is posted, is your package is to be a system containing 3 or more pieces, layers, boxes, containers, but the thing is, you need to design this package as well as the way these 3 different items work together in the same way that you would design a logo. You still need to use all your design principles. You need to think about composition. You need to think about function, especially with something like this. This is a package. It's something that's going to move. It's going to open. It's going to close. It's going to be put on a shelf. It's going to be put on display. It's going to be, all kinds of things. You need to think about spacing. You need to think about negative space. You need to think about impact. Like this package is going to be sitting on a shelf with maybe hundreds of other packages. How is yours going to stand out and jump out and make me want to learn more about this product? So, yes, the logo has a lot to do with that. Now, are you just going to stick a logo on the front of a box and call it a day? No, you're not. You are going to use your logo elements and text elements, and you're going to use your 3D package and your 3D thinking and make it work as a 3D piece, as a 3D composition. It's not just a box with a logo stuck on the front. The same applies to the 3 or more items. I don't want a box with 3 things thrown into a box and you call it a day. I want to see a package design with 3 items that are designed to work together and to fit together into this package in a unique way, in a creative way. This is where your research is going to come in. There's lots of links and lots of examples below, but I want you guys to also do your own research, and I want you to do it in real life. You can do plenty. There's plenty you can do online, but I also want you to go out to the store. I want you to go to the mall. There used to be this store called Sharper Image or something like that. They had the wackiest, weirdest products, but their packaging was always really fun to look at. Apple always has incredible package. Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, even Aldi has cool packaging on, especially the weird aisle where they have all the European, Scandinavian pots and pans and whatever other kind of weird stuff they have in that weird, the Aldi aisle, that you find all the things that you never really even knew that you wanted. Michael's is probably going to be a great resource for some of you to either build your package or get ideas on how to build your package. Sports stores, sports products always have really cool packaging. REI, Dick's Sports, places like that. Some of the higher end, there's a couple in Greensboro. I hate to say it, but you're probably gonna have to make a trip to Greensboro. Maybe you can all get together and carpool or something. Some of you will be in Greensboro all the time with your internships. Tech stores, gaming stores. There's a bunch of gaming stores in Greensboro. Some of those specialty items that they have kind of in those gaming stores can have some really unique packaging. Okay, I lost the last video I did. Somehow it disappeared, but I think the only thing I was talking about was supplies. If I haven't already talked about supplies. If I've already talked about supplies, forgive me. I'm going to talk about them again. Okay. There are some materials and supplies you're going to need to bring to class. And I would just recommend leaving them at school, putting them in a locker, or putting them someplace safe. I think we have places to put things that are safe. All right, so you're going to need these supplies. You're going to need an X-Acto knife. And that's just the brand name. Whatever your equivalent of an X-Acto knife is, get one that works. If you don't already have one, you should already have one. Get a good one. Make sure it works. You need brand new X-Acto blades. Don't rely on using mine. You need just get a pack of brand new X-Acto blades. There's you can get 100 for cheap. They're cheap, so get them, bring them. Make sure the blades work with your knife. Don't cut yourself. Make sure everything functions properly. Okay, make sure you can use the knife. All right, you will need a metal straight edge or a metal ruler, even better. I don't care as long as it's metal. You'll need to bring in your Epson paper. Make sure all of this stuff, especially, everything, make sure all of this stuff has your name on it. Okay, your Epson paper, your metal straight edge, and your X-Acto blade, or your X-Acto knife with the blades. At some point before the end of this project, we need to start talking about substrates. This is what you're going to use to create your package. It's either going to be thin cardboard, corrugated cardboard, Coroplast, thin mat board, thick cardstock. It depends on your package, depends on how you want it to put it together, all that good stuff. But you don't have to worry about that right now. Just keep in mind, keep your eyes open. They have some substrates up at the school bookstore. I think they're kind of limited in their selection. We'll try to talk about it. We'll try to have an ongoing conversation about the things you're going to need to put together an actual package so that we're not blindsided by any of these things or any of these purchases. And we'll probably also you guys really showed that you can handle working in Adobe Dimension, just kind of dipping your toes into it and already looking good. So I have great expectations for us not only putting these physical packages together, but also rendering them in Dimension, getting more advanced with our lighting, especially. So I'm not worried about it with you guys. You're gonna do well in that area. All right, so we'll see you Tuesday. Watch this before Tuesday. If you're at this point in the video, you've already watched it. So thank you. See you Tuesday at bright and early. We'll see you Tuesday bright and early at 1 p.m. Don't be late.